Well, here we are. Final episode. We got a lot to do today, so let's hop to it. First things first, I found that missing prayer bead, so much rejoicing. It means I got 2 left, and I know where both of them are. They're both mini-bosses. Yes, here. So, you may recall that last time we defeated the Divine Dragon, we received the gracious gift of tears, we came back all triumphant, and discovered that Ishin's dead, the Ministry's attacking, Ashina's burning, and generally everything's just horrible now. So that's not so good. Things are getting a little bit chaotic, and we're gonna have to navigate this mess. Where's this guy? Kinda got everybody fighting everybody over here. Really, dude? You go for me? Really? Oh, that was good. Okay. So we got a lot to do this time, as I mentioned. Ooh, fulminated mercury. I need, I think, 2 more of that in order to get my upgrade path. Dude, I can't rest here while you're talking to me. So we got 2 mini-bosses and 2 actual bosses. I think we're going to jump back and forth a little bit. So we'll try and hurry this along. But we're going to go over here, kill a mini-boss, get our upgrade materials, go kill another mini-boss, and then come back and kill the boss. Now this boss that's over here is a totally optional boss, and is probably the hardest one in the game. I know I said that Owl 2 was the hardest, like a couple episodes ago. Oh, whatever. I don't need that badly anyway. But, yeah, I probably just wasn't thinking about this guy, because he's definitely harder. Good news is, though, that both of the bosses that we're going to be fighting this time are among the best, if not the best, really, boss fights in the game. What am I doing here? We're off to a very good start in our episode. My combat is going very well. Oh, hello. Forgot about you. Come on, dude. I'm on a timer here. So yeah, our mini-boss is obviously right down there. But I definitely want to take out all these other enemies first, because I don't want to be fighting all of them at the same time. Oh. So, the stupid get it on bang a gong guy has to go. Now, there should be a dude over here. This guy's still down here? Nope, he moved, so I gotta find him. That's probably him right there. Whoops, what? This is one of the super powered ones too, so now this is gonna take forever. Okay, how are we doing? I think that's it. Alright. Boss resets, so we might as well drop attack him while we're here. What? What are you doing here? Oh, no. So yeah, it's another one of these dudes. Although this one is a little bit scarier. He, instead of just having poison or something, Actually has fire, which is fairly intimidating. Not only does it burn you, but it will also deal chip damage if he actually gets it on his weapon and, like, pine resins us. Like he's doing right now. It's alright, it'll give me time to kill this guy. Oh, good dodge. He's also wearing armor, so if you hit him from the front, you're not going to deal that much damage. So you kind of got to watch out for that. So in this case, it might be better to circle to the back rather than trying to deflect everything. Like so. Oh, I missed my jump counter. There we go. Alright, could have gone smoother. Overall, not too bad. Alright, we're going to run in here, grab 2 fulminated mercury. Okay, we're going to grab 1 fulminated mercury. I think I remember where the other one is. I would love to stick around and loot this entire place, but we got a schedule to keep, so... alas. Whoops. Fortunately, this is still here. Alright, I remember that the fulminated mercury is this away, I believe. We'll just run straight to it. Oh, but first of all, let's check in on our merchant buddy. Ah. Promissory note. Basically decreases prices from all merchants. Mostly for playthrough 2, obviously. Yeah, so that sucks. But it is From Software. Were you expecting a happy ending? Yeah. Alright, I think the drop is over here. You know what, shoot, while we're here, maybe I should just rush in and take out the boss. Oh, hello. Yeah, just to save time, I think that's exactly what we're gonna do. This doesn't look good. So at this point, I think it's important to tell you that the sculptor is actually missing from the temple. We didn't go back there, so you wouldn't know that. But yeah, here's our boss. Alright. Now I've heard that you can use the whistle on this guy and it like deals damage to him, so we'll try that. This guy's pretty tough, so yeah, Demon of Hatred. In my opinion, by far the most difficult boss in the game. You'll notice he has 3 life bars, so that's already an indicator. But, the best way to fight him is generally to not get baited and hit by that. But you want to kind of hug his right leg. And you can avoid a lot of his attacks that way. Don't do it. Alright. Obviously when he jumps, you can run back and get an attack on him by grappling to him. And he's not one of those enemies that basically stays the same in between stages. He gets more attacks every time, which is pretty dangerous. This is one of the bosses that I'm most nervous about. So far, so good, though. Also, you'll notice that his health and posture will hit at about the same time. So it's not really worth it to focus on one or the other. Alright, so far so good. He does get harder now, though. Oh wait, he does like a explosion thing, I think. Okay. Don't do it! Don't do it! Don't do it! When he does that move, as long as you jump, you're okay. Even if you're touching his model. Oh dear. You'll notice you have barely enough time to dodge out of the way of those if you just run. So not too bad. And while you can dodge his stomps, I find it's a little bit safer to deflect them. Whoops. Okay, that was a whole lot of nothing right there. Stage 3 is where it really starts to get hard, so we're not out of the fire yet, so to speak. Dang it, not good. This is pretty good RNG so far, though, because every time he does that, I get a few free attacks. Whoops. Oop, jump. Okay. And that sort of fire shockwave attack is one that you really have to start running as soon as you see it coming, otherwise it will catch you. Like right now, I'm already running. Man, you can grapple him from really far away with that, though. Alright, stage 3. There's no explosion this time, so you can just rush straight in and start hitting him. Alright, we're gonna try the whistle out this time. See what it does. Oh yeah, this move, right. That's good. Let's try it. Wow, that is insanely overpowered. Holy cow. Alright, so I guess as long as you have the whistle, this guy's actually really easy. But can I do it again? No, there's a cooldown on it. No, not that much of a cooldown. Alright, we won't use it again. Holy crap, that is OP. I'm really not very good at dodging that one, as you can tell. I think he does a double now, right? No, maybe not. Okay. Housing powder. We're still doing okay. I cannot believe how overpowered that whistle is. This guy's like easy mode now. You figure like 90% of my damage on phase 3 came from that. Oh. Ooh. Almost there. Oh shoot, it's that attack. Alright, so pay attention to this. So, did you recognize that voice? And also the fact that he only has one arm, technically? Yeah, that was our sculptor. So, there's a mechanic that I didn't get too much into because just time. But all the alcohol that you find in the game, you can actually give to NPCs. And you'll find out more about their backstory. Well, if you drink enough alcohol with the sculptor, you'll actually recognize him during the fight, which is kind of sad. Alright. Enhance attack power. And I think with that, we're ready to go towards the end. I'll just go ahead and take that one, I guess. Perfect. So I activated that one. We're making pretty good time. That was the one thing I was worried about, was this last episode being like 50 minutes long. So far, so good, though. So now, we're going to face something that's arguably even harder, or inarguably just unfair. Oh shoot, I forgot to do my upgrades. Hold on, we'll go back and do that real quick. Whatever, we'll fight it. Don't have time. So the fulminated mercury was going to be so I could get through my upgrade tree and do the lazulite shuriken, which basically damages enemies through their block. However, the lady butterfly one will do sort of the same thing, so it's not that big a deal. Alright, so this is 7 spears, 2 electric boogaloo, plus another one of those regular samurai guys that would normally be a boss. So it's sort of like 2 mini-bosses in one. It's ridiculously unfair. So what I'm going to do is actually use some items to get through it and kill the first dude. But there's one other trick that you can do that makes this quite a bit simpler. And I'll show you that. This dude right here. You can actually puppeteer him and then try and divide and conquer. There we go, perfect. So now that other dude's distracted, and I can just fight this guy one-on-one. Who should not be all that difficult. Unless I just miss all my counters for some reason. Alright. Looking good. The reason that I want the shuriken that pierces through blocks is so that I can use it on that guy. But we'll check this out. That's kind of neat, huh? See, now, once you're one-on-one, there's not anything special about it, but, man, beforehand, It's just ridiculous. Especially because the first time I did this fight in my original playthrough, I didn't even know that you could, like, puppeteer that guy because I didn't notice him there. And I had to fight them both by, like, kiting around for 15 minutes. It was horrible. It also does not work trying to knock them off the edge. You can technically get the guy to jump off, but he basically just respawns, so it's kind of pointless. But yeah, as you can see, once it's a one-on-one, it's just 7 spears again. And that's not too bad. Dude, I'm quite excited right now. We're making way better time than I thought. Alright. The only thing left for us to do then is trade in our last prayer beads. We are maxed. And fight the final boss. Whoops. By the way, if you've not gone to the reservoir by this point, you can't get back because like the area over there, because all the entrances are now burnt off. So before you defeat the Divine Dragon, you want to make sure you've taken care of all that. Wow, I almost missed that. Alright. Here we are then. I mentioned it last time, but it's kind of fitting and kind of cool that our journey basically began here, and it also is going to end here. Something something full circle or whatnot. Yep. Alright, so assuming that I don't die on this, we're gonna be making pretty good time. If I didn't die on Demon of Hatred, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be okay on this fight. But famous last words. Which apparently exists. Pay attention here too to the sword draw and how much more like confident it is than in the intro. I didn't even connect that until I watched Vati Vidya's episode on this. But the original time he kind of fumbles for the sword, and now it's like, boom, done. Let's do it. So it's kind of a cool little detail. Alright, let's do it. So this plays out more or less like the other Genichiro fights. The only difference is that sort of Mortal Blade thing that he's got. But this should be relatively familiar to you. Yep. Nothing too crazy there. But there is something really crazy here. Things are about to get pretty weird. Pretty awesome. But pretty weird. Eee. Yikes. I told you it was gonna get weird. Do you remember that whole thing about Ishin being dead? Well, he's kind of back. Except for that this time, you may notice he's younger. So, we're sort of fighting him in his prime. And you would know that was him if we had watched the intro, but we didn't, in the interest of saving time. So, apologies. Anyways, let's do it. So this is one of the coolest fights in, like, any of these games, period. Oh, whoops. That was a good reaction there. Basically, he's got a lot of scary attacks, a lot of tricky timings. I just run from that one, honestly. It scares me. He's got moves that are designed to pursue and punish you when you go to heal. And it's just sort of like the culmination of every technique that you've learned thus far. Oh, and the whole Ishin the Sword Saint thing? Well, actually in Stage 2, he's more like Ishin the Sword and Spear and Revolver and Shotgun Saint. So yeah, somewhere along the way... Oh, I mistimed that. Somewhere along the way he picked up a couple guns. So that's like the whole parry this, you casual meme. And those actually will deal damage if you don't perfect deflect, as you might imagine. The good news, though, is that Stage 2 is actually the hardest stage. For whatever reason, Stage 3, they decided to make easier. And there's a particular reason why that's the case. Oh dear. That we'll see, assuming I survive to Stage 3. Holy cow. Okay. Alright, we're safe. Alright. So the thing about Stage 3... Yikes. Is that we start getting this. He does the lightning thing, which means that if you get good RNG, and he just does the lightning like 3 times in a row, you can basically insta-kill him. And, it's like super easy. However, it does not appear that that's what he's doing this time. Nevertheless, that's about it. Alright, could have been smoother, but that was relatively quick, I guess. Very well. So yeah, pretty amazing fight. And I would say one of the best boss fights that FromSoft has ever done. Alright, let's go finish up the game. So because we've completed all these optional things, we have 3 different endings we can choose now. And the return ending is this one right here. So that's the one we're doing. Now remember what I said at the beginning of the series. They're not necessarily good endings. They're just bad endings and slightly less bad endings. So don't expect a super happy thing here. But anyways, we'll give him the Frozen Tears and the Dragon Tears. something something, your tears are delicious, whatever. So with this ending, we get a little bit of like maybe foreshadowing for a sequel. I don't know that that's necessarily going to happen. The game is pretty well contained within itself and doesn't really need a sequel or DLC, honestly. And it kind of seems like they might not be doing DLC either. I wouldn't be upset at either of those things, but I think I'm happy with the state this game is at currently. Definitely my game of the year. So much fun. And although painful at times, just really great. We get this interesting like Journey to the West thing going on in this ending. It's kind of neat. Anyways, that's going to be the end. I want to thank you if you've been watching this series from the beginning. Hopefully you enjoyed this one. I've been toying with the idea of maybe doing another playthrough where I do like a lot more editing and throw on like a ton of ridiculous mods. And I'm thinking like turn the snake into Thomas the Tank Engine kind of mods because yes, that exists. So yeah, I might do that at some point. We'll see. But for now, I want to thank you very much for watching. Let's check out this ending here. And I'm going to be honest, I don't even understand everything that's going on in this ending. See, it kind of sets it up for a sequel, maybe. And one of the other endings kind of does too, but I don't know. Like I said, if this is the only thing that we ever get of this particular game, I think it ended at a good place. And that was Shadows Die Twice, everybody. I hope you enjoyed. I will leave you with the credits, and I will see you on the next video, whatever that may be. I think we're overdue for a Dark Souls run, aren't we? Yeah. Anyways, thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.